Okay, ladies and gents, we live. Hang on. Okay, opening my stream with my usual chatter. Also going to just pin my message. Yep, let people know my throat is not at 100%, but that should be fine. Cannot stop playing this awesome necro. Boom. Okay, looks good. Now I am ready. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. I say time to get into the action, eh? Once again, apologies about my quieter than normal voice here. I'm just trying to preserve my throat so that when it is well and ready, you know, we'll be able to rock and roll. Now, first things first, Helltide tracker. Next Helltide in 6 minutes. Acceptable. Acceptable. First, we will need to hit some of the higher level Digiones. Let's go. Straight to the champion's demise. I'm not going to waste time this morning. Straight into it and straight into combat. Hello, Kevin. Good afternoon to you, my friend. Oh, that's right. One more second. Trying to paste, but it's so annoying. There. I was trying to post on threads before coming back. There we go. Now I'm good. Okay, lightning storm is probably not the best. There we go. Congrats, man. Literally, the uniques are the one reason I stopped playing the druid, because like I couldn't stand the need for them, so that annoyed me tremendously. But I think next season I want to work on a druid build that doesn't require the uniques. Hello, Jack. Welcome. I mean, granted, this necromancer does require Deathless Visage, but to be fair, you can actually operate entirely without it and you'd still be fine. But the druid 100% needed the uniques in order to be competitive, or even borderline competitive, so I don't know. I think next season I'm going to try something utterly different. Just to see if I can create something more viable and more deadly. Because I want to go Storm Wolf next season. But I want a build that doesn't rely on uniques. So that I can make the transition easier in the late stages of the game. At least that's my thinking. I figure if I can make the transition easier into Storm Wolf, because we know that Storm Wolf has some of the most insane damage in the game. It makes no sense not to run it. What kind of music do I like? Rap and metal, mostly. But I have a huge variety that I can listen to at any time, so... I guess the actual answer is whatever takes my fancy at the time. Okay, and dump. Pretty much, Pen. Now you understand. But I tell you, I'm so glad that people pushed me into playing this Necro build, because I'm genuinely having a lot of fun. Oh, nice. I'm glad you make music, Jack. Very happy for you. But I tell you, this Necro build, Pen, oh my god. Like, it's actually super fun to play because it's the only build I found that just, like, it doesn't require me to do anything. Even the biggest weakness, which was Suppressor, is not that big of a weakness. I mean, it's got the same weaknesses as the Rogue, though. But at least I can stay at a distance, you know? Which I think made a lot of difference to me. Because unlike with the Rogue, I have to jump in. And that, I think, was irritating me because without the long unstoppables, I felt annoyed all the time. Like, I just felt like I wasn't really, you know, doing enough. And now it's a different vibe. Now it's like, okay, you know what? This is the jam. This is the cat jam. Oh. Come at me, shaman, bro. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Honestly, I'd ask you, you know, what you want to do, Pen, because I'm already hitting 1.1 million damage per bone spear with this, and I'm not even talking ideal gear, so I'm already out damaging a rogue at level 17, and it only gets better because the bone necro is insane. So my question would be, what do you want to do? Do you like playing as artillery? Because if you don't like range, then this is not going to be helpful to you. Necro, like, I specifically wanted to play a range character. So that's why I chose this, because I knew that by playing this, I would have the range character that I desired. Then in that case, you would be looking at, like I said, one of the more optimized builds, my friend. It may not even be one of my builds. But if you talk about clearing high-level nightmare dungeons, the only way I see it is like you'd have to play one of the hyper-optimized builds. Stormwolf, Hammerbarb. Those are the only builds right now that are... You know, I hate tier lists, but there is, to an extent, and I say this very carefully, but there is, to an extent, some truth in tier lists. There's a reason why some builds and some character classes outperform others at the highest level. For example, take a look at the Hammer Barbarian. you can literally ignore everything. Why? You have unstoppables out the wazoo. Same with Stormwolf and Werebear. Why are they chosen? Because Grizzly Rage gives you a very long unstoppable, and it is absolutely insane. You literally have full freedom to go absolutely ham. You see, all of this is a factor. All of this is a factor, and it's what makes the change so interesting, I suppose, because it is what you will be doing, and it is what will make you, shall we say, much stronger as a player. Like, all these factors allow you to just literally ignore outright all the shenanigans that comes your way. So that is what makes the Druid S tier, you know, according to people. Barbarian S tier. Necro doesn't have all that, but Bone Spear is the only viable range build in the game. Every other character uses what? Melee. Including the Sorcerer. The only Sorcerer that doesn't use melee is Ice Shards, and even then, you generally are almost forced to play in close proximity, so all of your Ice Shards hit the same target. You know, you're not really doing what I do, like just fire a Bone Spear and, you know, relax. You see, all of this is a difference. It is a very, very crucial difference. And that's why when you look at what separates a perfect build from an imperfect one, it's that. Exactly. Because the only thing that'll kill you in upper levels is CC, as you can see. You see, one CC and I'm done for. These are only 13 levels above you, but at any, even just 2 levels above you, CC is your biggest killer. So when you imagine at like 30 levels above you or whatever, you're looking at a very, very serious scenario. That makes all the difference. Yep. So for people like me who are perfection seekers, the only way you can truly play a so-called perfect game is by choosing one of the few S tier builds. And again, I hate saying S tier, but you know, although I don't believe in tier lists, there are reasons some of these are indeed classified as that. Not really. The Bone Necro only needs Deathless Visage, which you can pick up. And even if you don't get an Ancestral one, you can stick with your Sacred one until such time that you get an Ancestral one.
My soul.
Druid is 2,000,000% gear dependent. So Druid is only usually for players that like seriously know the game already, because you have to know how to effectively farm. And that's why, like, in Season 1, I want to work on a specialized Druid build. I want to work on one that does not depend so much on gear until you get the gear and can switch to Stormwolf. Because Stormwolf is extremely powerful. Stormwolf is the best of the best. Okay? everybody can, you know, say what they want, but I'm sorry, not sorry. Results don't lie, and Stormwolf cannot be beaten. Not even my pulverized werebear, which I am partial to because of its immense survival, can truly defeat a Stormwolf build in terms of raw damage output. And quite frankly, endgame is all about raw damage output, which you're seeing right now with my Bone Spear Necro. So probably in Season 1, I'll run Bone Spear Necro first, and then I'm going to try and find an alternative Druid build as well as a Whirlwind Barb, because the Druid is the only class right now that has almost four S tier builds. Alright, Necro has 1 Bone Spear. Barbarian has 1 Hammer. The Druid has 4. Bulwark Druid, there's a lot that they can do. But however, Bulwark Druid is not a leveling build. It's a only endgame build, meaning you have to be level 100, have all the perfect gear, then it works. It doesn't work in any other circumstances. I'm going to be very clear about that. Lots of people have been saying, oh, Bulwark spam Druid. I've seen them all be dog shit, except for the level 100 ones who have twinked out gear. So be very wary on that one. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't believe in builds that only work at level 100. I only believe in builds that work along the way. So currently that is only Stormwolf, Werebear, and yeah, that's it. There's only 2. So for me, a build must work in the leveling process for it to count. I don't count any build that only works at level 100. There are quite a few builds that work only at level 100 when you have twinked out gear, which is really nice, but I don't believe in that because I believe it presents a false image to players about what is viable and what's not. Hey, good morning, Ray. I see you there, man. I'm still gonna owe you the performance, but on Monday, because today I'm still recovering my throat. But yeah, coming back to the point about like Bulwark spam Druid, I suggest you go actually take a look at the build. Go take a look at if I don't know if the guy disclosed his build or whatever, but if you really did, have a look at it, you know, see it for yourself, and see just how many requirements are needed and how difficult it is to run. Then go see, because I haven't seen a single one at all anywhere. World bosses, whatever. I'm still the guy that kills it the fastest. And, you know, I've seen some level 100s bumming around. So for all these amazing builds, don't forget, they involve people in clans, guilds, donating equipment, stuff like that. A lot of them come from bigger creators. You know, we were talking about it yesterday where fans will literally say, hey, here's the gear you need. You know, or they'll ask in their clan for people to help them farm the gear they need. It's quite impossible for a lone player to do, to get perfect rolls and all that kind of stuff, just so they can trick out a video or whatever. I'm not that sort of person, which is why I've never asked for any help, because if I'm going to do something, I'm going to show you guys the right way to do it, the legit way to do it. No buying of items, no purchases here, no greed. It's only about reality, you know. Quote Mike Shinoda here. It's not about the salary. It's all about reality, all right? Because that's what it's about for me. I don't wanna show you guys a build that a solo player, you know, just playing alone, cannot achieve in a reasonable time frame. You see, this is why I do things differently. But for that reason, like, this build is achievable. This build I've achieved completely solo, with no outside help. You need to fight a world boss soon, Ray. They're very useful because not for the loot that they drop, but the fact that world bosses have a higher chance of dropping uniques. So especially the world tier 4 loot boss is pretty good. I literally got Butcher's Cleaver, one of the rarest uniques, out of him for no reason. It's so useless. Like, it sucks goat balls as a unique, but it's considered rare, and it just pops out of the world boss. So world bosses are good because of that. And thank you for loving watching me, Kevin. Like I said, I might be a bit weirder than others about how I do things, but it's for a good reason. It's because I know the struggles of other players, and I know how hard it is when you're just a solo player and these people have all these tricked out builds. Like, you know, they can say, I did 1.8 million damage. Oh, you should do world bosses in every world tier that you are at. If you're in world tier 3, you should be hitting the world tier 3 world boss. If you're in world tier 4, hit the world tier 4 world boss, no matter what. If your build is working, you should be smoking it easily, or at least helping to smoke it fast. Like yesterday we saw level 100s, right? And yet the world boss was like dying super slowly from everyone hitting it except me. As soon as Kaz came in and I started hitting it, that thing was like gone. So that is and should be theoretically the standard. Normally I wouldn't skip Hell Tides, but oh shit. That was a whoops. You should always go. My bad. I did the wrong thing. Technically, I'll go to Feral's Den in a while. Let's hit the Helltide first. I've got enough time. Chest isn't reset yet, so we'll go in and start going. Hey, Rider Heel. But yeah, you should always do the world boss. It's just useful for you. Thanks for sending me the emojis. But yeah, again, you know, just be very aware that Druid is one of the strongest endgame, but it does require a lot of trick down here in order to make it happen. But the Druid does have the most S tier builds out of any other class. If you can properly scale everything using the right aspects and whatnot, the Druid shatters lives. But that's why I think in Season 1 I'm going to try a Druid, but I'm going to do it completely differently to everybody else. I'm going to find a build that works without uniques until like at least late or end game, so that I can swap into a build that does require uniques, but only once I have everything, you know? Last one. Oh yeah. There. Bone speared the boss. Once again, this is why I tell everybody. Alright? Ah, shit, I've got too many ovals. If you want to really do well in this game, you have to know what is actually like top of the table, what is bottom of the table, what is not that great. 1 second. Okay, good. Let's quickly go to the Obols person. Trash. All of this is trash. I'm going to go...
First Carlo, now Leo. There's something out there killing us and no one will do it.
I'm going to go gamble on hats. I wonder what'll happen.
Chance, wanderer.
What will happen if I gamble on
Very
hats?
nice. It seems your prayers have been answered.
I wondered if I would get a unique out of it, but this amuses me greatly. If we're talking about totally satisfying for me, I would say Necro no matter what. Hey Kane! And welcome everybody. Thank you to all of the people who are keeping the sound on, alright? I see the active viewers versus those who are choosing not to be active, and that's okay. You know, thank you to the active people keeping the sound on and, you know, helping me pay my rent. I would personally say that Necro is the most satisfying, but only for one reason. The reason behind it is because the Necro requires very little investment. That's what I like about it. If not for that, then perhaps I would, you know, feel the same and say, oh, you know, I would rather play a different character class. But Necro for me is the most easy to play, requires zero effort and investment. Just, you know, go in there, smack. And everything that you do need is obtainable from dungeons. Sure, like there are some enhancing things. You know, like for example, trying to roll a high serration aspect. If you do get a perfect one, of course, it'll be great. It'll be grand, you know. But for the most part, you don't have to actually have it. You can run other things as well. So yeah, how you doing today, by the way, Loz? However, I think at the end of the day, you should derive enjoyment from whatever it is you want to play. Some people, no matter how badly so-called, you know, nerfed the sorcerer is still their go-to choice, which is understandable. It is what they enjoy playing. It is what they like. You know, and I see no reason why they shouldn't enjoy the sorcerer. For me, the Necro is good solely because of the way it plays. Like, I literally just yank people together into a big ball, artillery them, and I move on. That and the Necro also, technically, by putting movement speed on the amulet, has the highest movement speed in the game. Because they're the only class that doesn't need essence cost reduction or fury cost reduction or whatever. The Bone Spear Necro can literally go without that, giving you more freedom in your amulet choice, allowing you to clear things even faster because you literally run like Usain Bolt everywhere. Another huge factor for me, because I don't have to worry. I wouldn't say Sork is dying, no. Sork is very good. It's just boring as hell. Because there's only one viable build, and that's Ice Shards, and Ice Shards basically requires tricked out gear to work. Hence the problem. You have to first play a different build. For example, you have to play your Arc Lash build, no matter what, and level up with that. And then later on, you have to slowly gather all the gear you need to trick out your Ice Shard Sorcerer. And then you have to respec into it once you have all the perfect stuff for it. Not exactly the greatest experience, if you ask me. That, and you have to roll very specific affixes on your gear as well. Oh, no problem at all, Mike. Lovely family, by the way. I replied to you on Instagram. I just wanted to let you know that that's my defunct account, because I'm not really on Instagram much. I'm mostly on Twitter. But I do have a so-called technically active Instagram account. It just has the same profile picture as my current YouTube. So if you find it, you can follow me there instead. Although, like I said, I never post on Instagram. But I am on threads. I am on threads now. I'm on threads. I just never post pictures because I never take any pictures. I never go anywhere. You know? So, just wanted to let you know that. A good day to you. I'm mostly on Twitter and threads now. That's the limit of my social media. So yeah, just to reiterate, Sorcerer is not bad by any means. Sorcerer is in fact very strong. It's just boring as hell and requires very specific gear. I would go as far as to say that it requires even more specific gear than the bloody Druid. Like, even Druid felt less specific than Sorcerer. Whereas Sorcerer is that you must have this aspect in order to do any damage at all. Oh yes, this must be the right condition, blah 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 blah. I looked at it and I was like, why the fuck would I play this shitty build? Like, it's not only boring, it's so specific and irritating to farm. And you're basically forcing me to run my Arclash build instead while I wait. Like, are you for fucking real? Oh, no problem, Aaron. Happy to help. Minion Necro, completely unviable. Because the only top tier minion build requires some very cheesy strats to make it work. It can work, yes, but it would be in the same category as a full-on druid build where you need this specific thing to make it work. So I don't believe in minions because you have a hard time leveling with it. Bone Spear is currently the top of the table. It is the best of the best, as you can see for yourself. Nothing can compare to Bone Spear. So I would advise anyone starting in Season 1, please play a Bone Spear Necromancer because it's not only easy to start and get going, your damage is insane. If you want to play a Summon Minion Necro, you know, I'm not going to stop you. You can do it. Just be aware that you're in for a very hard life until you reach level 80 plus. And even then, you need a lot of stuff from your Paragon board. You need a lot of stuff from your gear. I wish any Minion Necros good luck. Of course it is possible, and Minion Necros have beat Uber Lilith and done all this kind of crazy shenanigans. I respect that. But they don't tell you how much effort it took to even get their build tricked out and working. Like I said, I want to see them do nothing but level up 1 to 100 and show you how long it takes. With no outside help, no gearing from friends, nothing. I'm not saying you can't. Just be aware that your road is tougher than others. This is why I want to give people the accurate picture. That's why I level up live. I may be slower than other creators, but everything I do, I will level up only live, and I will only show you what I have done specifically to do whatever is needed. If I don't obtain something live, then I won't use it. Plain and simple. Or either that, or you know, if I don't do something live, then it's because I'm shooting a video or whatever. But outside of that, I rarely showcase an active character in a non-live situation. Because ultimately, accuracy of information is important. And that's why I want to make sure people get the right idea. So I guess if you could find a Summon Necro that plays and showcases everything live 1 to 100, then maybe that might be a good build to follow. But personally, I have, based on my own testing, zero interest in minions because the skeleton warriors and mages cannot survive at all. This blood golem can, with no point investment, but that's because the blood golem is just a tank. That's all it does. It doesn't really do anything special. We are pretty hilarious, Mike. Definitely. It's what we love to be. We just enjoy each other's company. I always like to say we're kind of like the Sex Pistols. We'll fight each other on stage and whatever, but you know, we have a good time together. Well, you know, I'm sure anyone can use whatever to melt people with bone prison or whatnot. But a lot of these cheesy builds, like I said, are based on an aspect designed to cheese something, and they are not consistent. That's why I don't play these kinds of builds. I only play a build that offers consistent result without any cheesy aspects. That's why you always see roughly the same aspects in my build, because I know that these these aspects don't have any glitches or exploits or bugs in them. So anyone can build anything and, you know, do really well. But will the build stay viable? That's what I'm asking. That's why I think Bone Spear still to this day has not been nerfed, because it's not built on cheese. It's just built on how things work. If they really want to nerf this, they're going to have to nerf something baseline about Bone Spear, which I don't think they're going to do. You know? Because that's going to be very silly. From a business standpoint, but, you know, whatever, I could be wrong. But yeah, I dislike any builds that show off a cheese-based strategy. There's builds that do, what was it, on the Sorcerer? Like, they use this teleport build that stomps things together with the unique. So there's a lot of stuff that does work. There's a Barbarian build where they focus solely on using Leap and Earthquake. There's a lot of builds out there that potentially work. But if you're here at my show asking me this question, I'm pretty sure it's because you trust me as a creator. And that's why you're asking me what my thoughts are. You know, it's because you have a great respect and trust for my opinion. I'm going to tell you now. For me, I don't have that much time to play all sorts of different builds and experiment because I don't live my life at the computer, you know, like most of you. I may be a full-time creator, but I still don't live my life at the computer. So because of that, I only play things that I feel I have the time to play. And for that reason, I only play whatever is, in my opinion, most viable. Second, I gotta consult my planner. Yes. Okay, this one. Yep, I knew it. Wrong one. Because Dex is more important. Alright, I'm trying to stack Dex so I don't have to worry about some of these nodes, because they do function off Dex entirely. Like this one functions off willpower, so I need to stack that as well to get the full bonus, which is annoying. But c'est la vie. Damage to injured enemies sucks, but I do want the intelligence bonus. Fine. This one's ready to go. Does it have any willpower offerings? Yeah. Might grab a little extra willpower here. Can do it to get to this node, but also. The most straightforward path would be like that. And here down to this one. Okay. Understood. Sorry. Anyway, coming back to the topic, yes. I think a great many builds do work. And they may be shown to melt things or do really well, but take them with a pinch of salt. Do question whether or not the creator has revealed every single thing, every single detail, and did they talk about how difficult it was to farm? Did they showcase their farming live, or did they do it all off stream with a guild, clan, whatever? Because getting gear is very easy if you have 4 clan members feeding you and helping you farm your perfect stuff. Just an FYI. So I'm always cautious when people showcase things. I want to see the proof in the pudding. If you didn't do it completely solo, no thank you. Because basically that would shut out a vast majority of my audience, which is the solo player experience. So a lot of things look good. They look good. Are they really good? Maybe it's because of my accounting background that I'm like that. I used to be an auditor. But, yeah. Build planner? Have you seen it in my videos? Here, this website. Hold on. I'm sure you've seen it in my videos. If you go to any of my videos, right? And you just scroll down the description. There's a build planner link. Yeah. You take this with you. On all you have to do, right? You go to that build planner, and do you see up the top? There's tabs like my builds, meta builds, build planner, skill trees, whatever's in there. I just go straight to like the build planner, and I just go with that. And I just rock from there, you know. So yeah. But I don't look at any of the meta build section because I just don't care about it. I don't look at what other people have built. I look only at what I personally have done. No, I never took any of that. I was going for my CA in Singapore, but I decided to stop that because I realized accounting was not my field, and that's when I made the decision to switch careers to become a streamer / content creator. I'd saved up 2 years worth of income by never spending anything, and I said, you know what, I'm going to pursue my dream job. I'm surprised because like if you're like following the video is just for explanation purposes normally, and I've tried to highlight this at the start of some videos. I say please go check out the build planner link in the description because it's a lot easier to reference rather than, you know, just following along with the video or pausing the video and stuff like that. Usually the planner is just there, it helps you, and you can use it to do whatever it is you need. It is. But that's who I am, you know. I loved arts and performance, but I went into accounting to try and make my folks happy. But I thought, you know, they'd be happier with me in a proper job and whatnot. It's certainly easier than trying to make it as a streamer, you know. And I was never very hardworking or talented when I was a kid anyway. But I realized that when I was in the working world, I just couldn't do it. It's not me. It's not me to obey somebody else's authority because I question everything. You know me. As it is, I question everything already. Not only do I question everything, I'm a stickler for rules. Things have to be done in an appropriate way with appropriate evidence to show that, you know, this is this, this is that. And I'm just not... I couldn't do the whole, you know, you have to sort of obey your spirit. Why do I have to obey my spirits? What makes them superior to me? Who are they? Who are they? Like, sure, they've got the years of experience, but beyond that, are they skilled at management? Are they a better leader than I am? Do they have all the credentials to prove that they are absolutely, you know, the best choice? And why should I follow them? What makes me want to respect them? So I couldn't follow a boss, so I became the boss. Because I realized that if I'm in charge, then if any screw up, I can take responsibility for it. And I'm okay with responsibility, but I don't want to screw up because of somebody else. No. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die on my hill, no one else's. So I guess it's just my mentality that made me make that choice, because I just realized, no, I'm wasting my time. You know, I love these people, I love my colleagues, they're all fantastic individuals, but I am just different mentally, and I could tell straight away. So I was like, nope, okay. Respect them, love them. I think they're wonderful human beings. You know, got nothing but love for them. But I cannot be the same, and I cannot be what they need of me. So, flip my mentality. So yeah, now you know my life story. And thank you to everybody keeping the sound on. Alright, I know it's a Sunday. We don't usually get many people on Sunday, but for those that still rocked up, those that are still keeping everything going, thank you, thank you, thank you. Nothing but love for you guys. This is trash. And I was hoping that ring would be good, but it's not. It's really, really not. Ugh. Lord said, it's all in truth. So it's born, so it's born. Ugh. All of this is getting chunked.
I'll shake on that.
Right. World boss spawns in 7. Well, alright. I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to go do some oboe farming.
Of hatred demands blood.
Compared to the cheesy builds, right? Where it's literally just one aspect being overtuned or something like that. Bone Spear is strong because of the whole damn thing. So if they're going to rework Bone Spear, they're going to have to fundamentally reduce its power. Meaning the power of the Bone Spear itself. So they're probably going to chunk the scaling or something like that. I don't believe they'll nerf it. Because, I mean, Bone Spear can't hit 1.8 billion damage. The Druid can. And that is because of the way that the Druid's things function. So if anything, the Druid is the most in danger of nerfs. And I'm hoping they completely shatter the Druid in Season 1 because it doesn't deserve to have multiple cheesy builds. That's just stupid. And it's all due to the fact that their stuff interacts in weird ways with each other. So no, I firmly don't believe that Bone Spear deserves a nerf because Bone Spear is not cheesy. It's just fundamentally strong. So they're going to have to change the fundamentals. That's the only issue. Which means the scaling of certain passives, things like that, it's going to require a literal rework. Whereas for some of the cheesier stuff, all they have to do is just nerf one cheesy aspect and it's done. Same with the potential Bone Prison build. I just want the cheese nerfed into the ground because I'm a fan of legitimacy, you see. But I want them to also, by that same token, while I want Druid to be nerfed into the ground, I would like, or at least the cheese of the Druid nerfed into the ground, not the legitimate builds, but I would also like to see Sorcerer buffed up because I am very annoyed that Sorcerer has one viable build, Ice Shards, and it's stupid. Like, that's not fair to the Sorcerer mains. We want to play our various elements. Much like in Diablo 2, a Fire Sorcerer has to be viable, a Lightning Sorcerer has to be viable, and a Frost Sorcerer has to be viable. All of these need to be individually viable. And if they cannot do that, then, well, you know, I'd say that they have no clue what they're doing. And that's not right. But they do end up nerfing Bone Spear, mate. Then you know, that's okay. There'll be something else viable. That's why I'm waiting for the actual Season 1 patch as well. These are just my beliefs. These are not the beliefs that the devs may share. So if the devs decide that, you know, I'm wrong and they're right, that the druid should remain the way it is, then, and they nerf the Bone Spear Necro, then unfortunately my first character may just be a druid instead. But I'll have to figure out a different way to play, because there's no way I can play a normal druid. It will go very, very badly. Okay, let's rock up to the world boss. Anyone in tier 4 need world boss? If you do, then just call and I'll invite you to the party. Any clan members, I should say. Need tier 4 world boss? You can just call for me. I'll be here. Also, it's very silly that our mount movement speed is tied to cursor distance. Hey, 7th Slap. How you doing? Look at Jeff the Werebear, the season trash. Your werewolf, sorry. Okay. Yay, let's free some trap souls. I love that they're just random elites here. Do you want to invite anyway, Pen? I can just invite you anyway.
Hello. I get that.
Wait, which one is Pen? I can't even tell who you are. Lol. Oh wait, yeah, you need tier 4 unlocked. Fuck. I forgot you can't just invite people anymore. I forgot that they made that change. But good morning, everybody. After I clear this world boss, I'm going straight back to the Nightmare Digiones. I need it. I need it. Got all this imperfect gear. Right? Trying to spam invite you. Next time you might want to finish your joke before you get into timeout, but welcome, random troll. Yep, I know. I can see it. You can see his hit points getting chunked whenever I'm firing my bone spear. I love it. Ah, damn. Sorry. Was already dead. World Tier 4 doesn't last long, unfortunately. Sorry, mate. World Tier 4 is dead. But if you're in another world tier, you might be able to do it relatively now. Heading back to town. Everything in World Tier 4 goes by instantaneously. As unfortunate as it is. Oh hey, Mike followed my legit one. Yeah. I've got you back, brother. Got you back, brother. Okay. Anyway, sorry I couldn't get you to the world boss in time, my friend. It was already mid-fight by the time thou were in. Hello, Hankit.
Luck to you then.
Alright. Now, where is my dungeon? There it is. Off to Feral's Den. And thank you to everybody keeping the sound on. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Let's go. Listen, it's okay if you don't chat as long as you're here with sound on. I'm all good. So suppressor. I use the word suppressor, but I'm actually talking about the aura minions. So if you see a minion with a pink aura, right? The pink glowing minion, or well, purple or pink, depending on how you see the color. But basically, those guys, right? They give a damage resistance aura to everybody, to all the minions around them. So those are the damage aura mobs. I also call them suppressors because of experience with other games. It's just a habit for me. However, the actual suppressor affix is an actual affix on elites where you see a ring around them. It completely blocks projectiles. So that ring around the elite, right? I can't shoot my projectile through it, and my projectile can't shoot back through it as well. So even if I launch my projectile from inside, it will explode against the edge of it, which means my Bone Spear will only hit once instead of twice, because Bone Spear's damage is actually from the return shot, not from the forward shot. So for them, I have to go inside their circle and then wipe them out that way. So those are actual suppressors. The damage resistance aura mobs are something that we focus first on any class because you have to kill them. Otherwise, they give huge damage resistance to all the trash mobs. Like, you won't even be able to kill a trash mob while they're around unless you get a mega crit, you see? It's made worse in dungeons with insane affixes as well. So you're going to have to be very careful about that. That's my advice. That's why I go for them first. Yeah, I'm referring to them when I say the word suppressor. Because in other games, I have called similar enemies suppressors, and they are indeed called suppressors. Because that's what they do, they suppress you. They suppress your combat power. So out of habit, I call them suppressors, but actually suppressors and affix. But it's also easier to call them suppressor than to say, here's the damage resistant aura mob, because it's what they are. I guess you could call them aura mobs, but aura mobs sound weird as well. So I've always just called them suppressor. It's straightforward and easy to understand. Suppressor packs are actually okay. At first I used to avoid them because of how my Bone Spear works, but right now I'm just like, you know what, I do so much damage that I just don't care. Because my Bone Spear alone, even just the normal cast of Bone Spear, is actually sufficient to take out the actual Suppressor elites. So I'm just like, you know what, I'll just go inside their circle and rip them apart. Screw them. They ain't the boss of me. But the caveat to that is that I have to at least try and generate a corpse first, because if I can at least pull them in, then my Bone Spear's outward cast can kill them. But if I can't hit them with Grasping Bane's aspect first, then no. I cannot. So he spoke. Oh, sorry. I have to resist singing, but I can't. I keep doing it unconsciously. I'm trying to get my throat fully well again so I can perform. 'Cause I love performing for you guys. I hate throat issues. If I can ever get surgery to become a robot, I am operating on my throat first. I'm going to get perfect vocals at all times. And I'm going to include some auto-tune into my vocal box cord. Sword build? Are you talking about a different game, Bippo? Because if you're talking about the game I think you're talking about, I ask you kindly, please do not mention that game here. It's because the developers support racism towards Asian people, and I want to avoid that because several of my sponsors are Asian. So yeah, I hope you don't mind. Sorry about that, Bippo. Oh yeah, that's why the only reason I don't mind them on, like, I hate them on my rogue, but the only reason I don't mind them on the necro is because I can just do this. I can literally suck them into position and then delete them. So on the necro it's not a big deal. But on the rogue, my word. Don't even get me started. Okay? Do not. On the rogue, it's like literal emotional trauma. So, no thank you. My hit detection is never wonky on the bubbles, but they're very annoying. What's bugged about the necro? Def. I've certainly not noticed any bugs, so unless you did something weird or illegal, which I hope you didn't, there should not be any problems. Oh, Blood Lance.
You're there. We came here to purge this evil. But
My advice, don't use Blood Lance.
I can't leave my
Bone
friends.
Spear is the only thing that matters. Anything else on the necro doesn't exist in my mind. Anybody says any other necro? Nah. Only Bone Spear. You want to be artillery? Ah, yes, Bone Spear. Other types of necros? Ew. Ew. Gross. Disgusting. Bone Spear? Yes. Come into my field of death. Corpse explosion is such a nice one-point wonder. I mean, you do what you want to do, but you, minion, you. I don't know. Bone spear only, bro. Bone spear only. Minions? Ugh. Bloodlands? Ugh. Bloodweight? Ugh. Everything? Ugh. Minions? Double? Ugh. No. Bone spear. The only build where you're so strong that you don't even need to use your main attack. Just 1 point in corpse explosion. And kill things with that. Because you're so lazy. This is the true way to play. Okay? Die, little creatures, die. Get drawn in. Come into my circle. I look forward to your rogue build for season 1, okay? I want to play Hank Kit's rogue build. But just make sure that I don't have to get into melee, yeah? Oh my god, it uses an ultimate. Ugh! The one thing I cannot do. Oh no, ultimate. No! Ultimates destroy my soul. I can't, bro. I can't. Ultimates scare me. They frighten my punk ass. But yeah, seriously, if y'all come up with a hyper viable rogue build that is not melee, okay? Please, let me give me the opportunity to play it. Thanks. I'll appreciate you guys. Season 1 is 100% Necro, bro. Have you seen the Bone Spear Necro? Unless they nerf this in Season 1. There is no way anybody will not play Bone Spear Necro. No. This is all you need. Season 1 class, definitely Bone Spear Necro to 100. Absolutely zero issue. And Sorks is literal hot trash. I will not touch Sorcerer until they buff it. Sorcerer is like... Did I play with stuns in Warzone? I never played Warzone. Not that sort of player. But I bet if I was a Warzone player, I would probably find a cheap strategy that works with something like that. Yeah, that does sound a bit like me. But yeah, overall, like, unless they buff the Sorcerer tremendously, or at least they make other elements viable, because fuck you, Ice Shards, okay? Sorry for swearing, but fuck you, Ice Shards, okay? Excuse my French, yeah? I do not want it. I do not want it. They can take their Ice Shards and put it somewhere that it shouldn't be. Again, my deepest apologies for that. As far as I know, there's only one viable S tier build. As far as I know. Maybe you'll get a different result, you know? I'm not saying don't try it. Try it. Try it and then come back and report the results to me, because I'd love to hear it. If there's something viable that is not... Well, I mean, Blizzard is still Frost, but if there's something viable for Sorcerer that is not Frost, that can clear nightmare dungeons way above their level and doesn't rely on 4 fucking defensive skills every single time, then by all means, I will happily give you full credit for the build. All I ask is that you give me the chance to play it. Mike, if you go Rupture Barb for Season 1, we are not friends anymore, okay? I won't stop you, but we are not friends anymore. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. If you want to go Rupture Barb, do it. I encourage, please, understand this. I encourage experimentation. Do it. Do it, please. The more that, like, you guys experiment and learn and stuff like that, the better it is for everybody. Never underestimate the power of that. So I say do it. If you get the chance, do it. Okay. I want to try something dumb. Okay, let's do an experiment of me being dumb. Are you guys ready? Let's do some stupid experiments together. Why do I even have that there?
Sometimes the best
So-
defense is a stronger offense. Let's get you offensive.
Do it. Do it. Try it. Show me. I want somebody to have a S tier build. Hey, Zane. Good morning to you. Unfortunately, I still owe Zane his performances as well. My throat is still in recovery mode, but hello, my friend. How are you? Are you doing well today? I'm going Whirlwind Barb actually, Mike. Although it is now considered below the Hammer Barb, obviously, which I've been saying all along, but nobody believed me. I'm actually going to try a Whirlwind Barb in Season 1, just for shits and giggles. Oh, Hammer of the Ancients Barb is beautiful. It is the best of the best build right now. You cannot beat it. It is the... If this Bone Spear Necro is S tier, then the Hammer of the Ancients Barb is SS tier. I'm telling you that. There's no build in the game that beats that. Yeah, Hammer Barbs are just phenomenal. But that's why I want to give their weaker cousin the Whirlwind Barb. Thorns Barb. Okay, Def, here's the thing, right? Thorns Barb. And I always love doing this with people that say, what about the Thorns Barb? What is about the Thorns Barb? Listen. Thorns requires you to get hit. Unless you have very twinked out, tricked out gear, you are going to die. So I'll give you a word of warning. If you're going to play Thorns, you're going to have a lot of required gear. Good luck farming all that. Enjoy, Shefty. Enjoy. 26k HP is great. But, like I said, ultra tricked out gear. You have all that. But, I mean, it's up to you. If you do have all that gear, then by all means play whatever you want. But I always say, is it going to be that easy for you to farm up? Think cautiously. I don't know. I went with my very simple and straightforward Hammer of the Ancients. No need to think too hard, just go in and go. Oh shit, I went back in. Whoops. Wasn't supposed to do that. Ah, well, doesn't matter. Exactly, we don't get to choose the gear, so... That's why there are a lot of tricked out builds that will surface. Are you so sure you could get the gear? I'll be honest with you, Shefty, I won't be playing the rogue to the end game in the preseason. So you'll have to decide on your pathway on your own. The reason why is that I am disillusioned with the rogue. I do not like certain things about it, such as the rogue not having an unstoppable but being melee. That's why I'm waiting for one of my friends to come up with a ranged rogue, because I can't stand the melee nature of the rogue. It's just not me at all. And as fun as the melee is, the problem is that later dungeons CC is a pain. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how they all turn out. I'm genuinely excited to see how everything comes together and what kind of crazy builds will be possible. That is the spice of life, my friend. That is truly the spice of life.
Masterful work.
Did I do a tier 35? Yeah, let's go. Fuck that. If I die, I die. Shadow Clone giving 5 seconds though, it's only 5 seconds. Compared to the other classes like Endless Unstoppable. So yeah, these are the issues, Shefty, that me and my friends have been encountering, which is why I've stopped it for now. Until one of them comes up with a viable like ranged rogue build, I will happily give them credit and play the build live on stream, no problem, but I want a ranged rogue build. I cannot do melee. Because melee just did not work for me in it. No thank you. It's part of the reason why I switched to Bone Spear on the Necro, because how can you resist? I put in no effort and everything dies. Look at that. One hit is all it takes. No effort required. But I am very excited to see all the cheesy builds that are going to come out in season 1 though. And listen, if any of you come up with something crazy, okay, hit me up on Twitter, send me your build planner, all right? Show me what I need, what kind of stats to focus on, things like that. I will play it live on stream, you will get full credit. All right? I'm just excited to play interesting things. Either that or I'll respec at 100. Sever fell off heavily, dude. The reason is because, right, okay, so let me just give you an example that I'm showing you right here, right? The thing about Sever, or the problem with that build, is that it doesn't immediately inflict vulnerable. Bone Spear immediately inflicts vulnerable. So I literally, that's kind of the thing with Bone Spear. I have an immediate vulnerable, whereas Sever requires 4 casts of it, right? And on top of that, even with just 1 point investment, look at how easy it is for my corpse explosions to kill things that are level 89 with no extra shadow damage nodes, which means that every single shadow damage node is wasted space. Do you see that? This is the problem that I'm suffering from. So that's why I looked at the Sever Necro and I was like, this is a waste of time. Because what is the point? What is the point of building a Shadow Necro when my Bone Necro with 0 point investment in Shadow kills just as fast? Especially with Corpse Explosion. And I've got literally 1 point invested in Corpse Explosion. Look. No tricks here, friend. Just honest magic. No tricks here. Not witchcraft, my friend. Just honest magic. The hell? So every point in Shadow investment is a wasted point. Which means literally you're just pigeonholed into Bone Spear. I don't even click on the corpses. I mean, you don't have to click on them. I just press 1 button. Look at how fast they're dying. And I've got 0 points invested in Shadow. It's stupid. And these creatures are 18 levels above me. I don't even care because the affixes are so easy. Basically, you could fight 30 levels above you as long as the affixes matches what you're doing and you're good to go. This is why I say this is dumb, guys. This is dumb as shit. So they're probably gonna have to nerf Bone Spear Necro because it's the fundamental of the build is what is too strong. If they're going to nerf this, they'll nerf the fundamental for sure. Because it's not the aspect that is like this one is this is why I like it so much. It's a non-cheese build. It's literally so strong because of the fundamental. Yeah. Like a lot of the summon builds and whatever, they're dependent on one cheesy unique. This is not. This is just today I feel like killing you. Okay, let me just murder you right now. Oh, what's that? You're dead? Okay. GG. It's dumb as hell. And don't forget, Necro, by default, if you don't go minion build, has the highest innate damage resistance in the game. That's also why I don't want minion build. Are you really gonna say no to 16% DR baseline? If you are, then I would say I wish you very well, because no. No. I'll push whatever like thingies I get, because it's affix dependent. One thing which I will say though is that any kind of push is affix dependent. So I will push up there as much as I can. But the Necro also has a big problem with the Bone Spear. The Necro only has 2 viable glyphs for Bone Spear, so I'm gonna have to chuck in something else here. Because there aren't that many nodes and boards that are viable for the Bone Spear, so I guess there is a... like, your power peaks early. I think I'll struggle more than the Hammer Barb toward the end stages, but only because my power peaks out very fast. And then you kind of get stuck with it. Because there's no other, like, viable... what you call it? Boards. It's just, here, this is all you've got, you know? I could perhaps go like Blood Begets Blood or something like that. Or one of the Corpser boards, but I don't know. Might not be wise. In fact, the board that I have right now is all about like, where there are corpses, I get even more damage reduction. They probably will. I hope they won't for season 1, but they probably will. Like, I don't think they're just gonna let this continue. Either that or, now, of course, I would prefer that they do the opposite, my friend. I would very much prefer that they buff other builds. So that they're just as competitive. But that is less likely. But the Golem is not for damage or anything. That's kind of the problem. The Golem is a health tank. So actually he doesn't matter. It's just because the Golem only requires 1 point investment. I've got nothing invested in Golem, right? But he can actually survive and he comes back really quickly as well. So that's why I use the Golem. No problem, Viking. You can come and go as you please, my dear friend. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. But, like, I mean, if I really don't have anything better to do, I guess I could go Golem board. Because I have him out, but there's nothing in the board that I want. Because I don't care whether he survives or dies. Like, the point of the Golem is just as like, a little bit of a backup. He helps to stop the instantaneous one-shots, usually. So as long as he's out, I know that more or less, unless I do something stupid like going 30 levels above me, I'm not going to get one shot for now. So I can still, like, relatively survive. Oh, I see. My condolences, my friend. That's rough, my dude. That is rough. I can understand. Pretty grim. Our condolences with you during this troubled time. And also, thank you to everybody keeping the sound on. You know, tremendously appreciate it. Scent of Death is so OP, I swear. No corpses nearby? No problem, good sir. Allow me to give you 15% damage free. No questions asked. Oh, you have corpses nearby, good sir? No problem, good sir. Allow me to give you 15% damage reduction. Oh, you will never be hurt when there are corpses around. Yes, because the Scent of Death is reliable. What level is my barb? 84?
Don't stir too much though.
I can't remember. It's somewhere around there. I'll be playing it next week, but I just can't stop the Necro, I swear. Who knows, maybe I'll just play Necro to the end of the preseason. I just can't stop. It's so good. I wish I'd done this right at the start of the game, but I didn't understand the game back then. So now I do. I know better. I'm telling you, this is the way, man. This is the way. No, these enemies are 18 levels above me. On any other character, that fire explosion would have been a death sentence. But oh wait! I have nearly 30% raw damage reduction baseline. What's that? I cannot be damaged or hurt? Oh, that's great. So long as people have died near me, I am invincible. You see, that is so dumb. Necro goes fast because it's so OP. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why I'm so sad. I'm pretty sure they're gonna nerf this. Like, there's no way they're just gonna let this go. Like, who? Okay, what class has 31%? I'm telling you straight up, okay? 31% baseline damage reduction. There is no class. All classes have conditional damage reduction, which means it doesn't affect the, you know, those poison explosions and the fiery explosions. Necro has 31% baseline. I mean, sure, you have to build it the way that I did, but still. 31% baseline. And if I use one basic attack, I have 51% baseline. Without gear. Who the hell has that? Nobody else has that. It's stupid. Barb has to use Challenging Shout just to get anywhere close to that. And that is on a timer. I've heard about it, but I don't like it. Because I like Bone Spear better. I find that Bone Spear has better synergy for my playstyle. Because I'm just that sort of dude. Like, Bone Spear for me is brainless. Like, I don't have to think. I don't have to, you know, worry. As long as my gear is semi-correct, it's a death sentence. Because the Paragon board by itself is strong enough. That's why I didn't go Bone Spirit. Cause I didn't like it, and I felt that it was... Because it consumes all your essence, I felt that it wasn't as solid as I wanted it to be. Oh yes, I mean, okay, take a look. So, Aspect of Might, standard, right? That's 20%. That's 20% raw damage reduction. Skill tree, standalone, is 18%, but minus 2% for the golem, right? So that's another 16%. So total together, assuming I use a basic attack, is 36. Then on top of that, Paragon Path, Scent of Death. If there are 2 corpses nearby, I have 15% damage reduction. So I'm getting 31 base plus 20% from Aspect of Might. All of this is base damage reduction, right? 51 total. 51 total. No other class can equal that. And the 20% is on a timer, yes, but I can trigger it anytime. Unlike, it's not on a cooldown. I can literally trigger it anytime. Unless they put a cooldown on Aspect of Might. But that'll gimp every other class in the game, which is not smart. Yeah, like I said, I'm not kidding. I wish I was joking, I'm not. So you have 51% damage reduction baseline. GG. These enemies, I'm in a tier 35 and I just don't even give a shit. I'm level 71. My Necro has barely taken any damage. I can talk to chat all day and do nothing. And look, is this a boss? Oh, hello boss. Allow me to instantly rip you. Goodbye, boss. On the hammer barb, I have to wait till I get a crit. I can do the same thing on a hammer barb, don't get me wrong. But I have to wait till I get a crit. There you go, have fun. Have fun with Bone Spear Necro. Bone Spirit? I have to use up all my essence. Bone Spear? I can chunk a boss in 4 hits. And on Bone Spirit, I have to pray it crits. Bone Spear is almost a guaranteed crit. You wanna know why? Because guess what? Bone Spear benefits from an innate 5% extra crit. You already have 5% baseline. And there are a variety of skills that increase your crit chance based on essence. So, ta-da! You're almost guaranteed a crit. And you're guaranteed a vulnerable. So, G to the G. Like I said, I'll put out the late game version of this in about tomorrow night. Tonight, I'm showcasing how I cleared the capstone dungeon at level 53 with this. The only thing I need is an ancestral deathless visage to pump this up to the next level. And I will shatter even more souls. I love the rogues having a discussion in my chat. It's very nice. Okay, let's activate this dungeon. I'm just going to junk some of the weaker... I almost said weaker elixirs, but I mean the weaker sigils. So that I can get rid of those that are troublesome.
Well, let's have a look.
Armor Breaker, no thank you. Lightning Storm is a pain. Death Pulse, instant no-no. Ooh, I want to take this one on because they take 60% less damage. That sounds like a challenge to me. Resource Burn can bugger off. Breaker, no thank you. The rest is fine. Well, that's assuming, Greg, that they don't nerf us. That is assuming they don't nerf us. Yeah? If they nerf us in Season 1, which they might, this is just me being honest, you know, then we will have to cry. Thank you so much, King. Appreciate you. My condolences. Alright. Peace be upon you, brother. I hope they won't nerf Bone Spear. I want them to just buff Shadow and leave us alone. Okay, leave us alone. My next move will be Whirlwind Barb and Druid. Yep. If they nerf Bone Spear day 1, then my first character will be a Druid. Because assuming that they don't nerf Stormwolf as well. If they nerf both Stormwolf and Bone Spear on day 1, then my first move will be to make a video giving the middle finger to Blizzard and making a barb. And if they nerf Hammer Barb on day 1 as well, I will make a sorcerer and I will boycott Blizzard's shop forever. I do pray for minion buffs. Like, I want them to nerf Mendels because I hate anything that is a must-have unique. But I want them to buff the minions by themselves so that I can create interesting new combos that are not reliant on a unique. But of course, let's hope for buffs only, no nerfs. If one of the devs mains Necro, good. one last thing about this Bone Necro build. The Sork leveling is absolutely valid, yes, but the problem is it's only good for leveling. So once you get past the late game stage, my friend, you will have to switch to a Ice Shards build or some other end game build. And that's the only reason I stopped playing Sork, because I was very disillusioned with what it does. So that's why I was immensely disappointed and unhappy with it. Yeah, I would love to see other Necro builds, you know, become viable and stuff like that. But let's just be real. We all know, okay, that only Bone Spear is top of the table. I'm fighting 19 levels above me and I don't give a shit. Do you see me in danger of dying? No. You literally can't die with Scent of Death and your baseline damage resist. And of course the helpful Blood Golem. Fun fact, he gets some of your damage resist as well, so if you've got damage resist on your gear, your Blood Golem can actually survive quite well. So that's how he becomes basically an extra health tank. It's like having a plus 15% buff to max life, as long as he's up. Sorry, Shefty, please be more specific on what you're asking about. I will try to explain whatever you're confused about. Yeah, if you want to go Ice Endgame, that's perfectly fine. You can use the leveling build to just get you through it. Because the leveling build is still, in my opinion, based on, you know, how the game is supposed to work, it should still be the fastest way. Like, I do plan on still leveling a sorcerer, but I don't plan on taking it to endgame in Season 1. I'm just going to use it strictly for leveling. Because, like I said, the only viable build right now for endgame is Ice Shards. That's why every single sorcerer is playing Ice Shards. Because there are no other valid builds. Every other build is trashed here. Like, once you get to end game, right? Even if you were to use an Arc Lash build, like mine, you would struggle to push, like, say, 30 levels above you, because it's so dependent on all your defensive skills and the rotation between them. That's why I don't like Sork, because I don't want a playstyle that requires me to have 4 different defensive skills just to be viable. The Barb might have 4 shouts, but only one of them is defensive in nature. You see, Sork needs something like that, and I get unlimited unstoppable, Sork does not. So, Sork suffers from the same problems that the Rogue suffers. World Tier 3 is fine, but once you get to World Tier 4 and there's CC everywhere, your Sork will barely be able to kill 6 or 7 levels above you, which is an absolute disappointment. And of course, factor in the fact that your damage is inherently not that high, the Butcher will absolutely crush you as well. Because let's be real here, the Butcher is a dangerous, dangerous thing. And in World Tier 4, he's got Lifesteal. Yeah, you can generate corpses with Reapers early game. But I tell you, late game you're not going to need it. You should be able to instantaneously generate all the corpses you need. Which is what I like about this build so much, it's just so good. I said I don't even need to think. All I do is just, I look at an enemy, it's dead. I can stand in the middle of combat and lose 0 efficiency. But yeah, you can definitely run a Shadow Necro as well. I just don't find it as efficient. Because, like I said, my 1-point corpse explosion is doing just as well. So that also disillusioned me off Shadow, because I had to invest so many points in Shadow, and I was barely doing, you know, what other Necros could do. And Bone Spear Necro, because you kill so fast, means that you literally don't have to care about how much damage an enemy does. And one other last thing, and I forgot to mention this. Did you know that the Shadow Necro, the Bone Spear Necro is the only class that can stack 50% movement speed, because you don't need essence cost reduction at all. it's a wasted stat on the Bone Spear Necro. You need it on the Bone Spirit, but not on the Bone Spear. So because of that, right, you can just go cooldown reduction and movement speed and even damage on my amulet, which basically makes it so that I've got 52% movement speed, so I can run through every dungeon like Usain Bolt. It's so funny. I basically run faster than I do on a horse. Granted, you could roll the same thing on other characters, but you'd basically have to roll 3 perfect stats instead of just 2. In my case, I only have to roll 2 perfect stats, cooldown and the movement speed. That's it. So now I can outrun a horse if I want to. I mean, I still use a horse because the spur is awesome, but if I wanted to, I could outrun a horse. I could outrun a baseline horse. So that always amused me as well. In Season 1, I do plan to def, assuming that no buffs for the Sorcerer. It will probably be one of the last guides I make, but yes. I plan on it, because, well, I will have to do it eventually. I just don't like it, so I'm leaving it to last. Because every time I look at the Ice Shard Sorcerer, I just hate everything about it. You ever heard that 3 Days Grace song, I Hate Everything About You? That's my feeling. Hello, River. I'm doing well, just resting my throat a bit today. But I'm having a lot of fun on my very overpowered Bone Spear Necro, which has 51% damage reduction, no chance of death, and is fighting 19 levels above like it's a walk in the park. I can one-shot mobs 19 levels above me at level 71. Life is good. Bone Spear is just OP. Oh, and of course, I forgot, 51% is without fortification. If I fortify off Hemorrhage, if I ever decide to bother with that, you know, then I will absolutely shred even harder. In fact, let's test it right now. Let's be dumb. What if I completely removed Hemorrhage? Well, I'm not going to completely remove it, but why don't I put Bone Spears, Bone Splinters in, just to make myself suffer a little bit, you know? Because experimentation is the spice of life. Because now that I've got so much extra damage reduction, I don't really need the Fortify anymore. I feel a natural need to play a bit more cautiously, but other than that, this is not bad.
Get back from there.
Yeah, I think I can give up the 10% from Fortify. Although losing the healing sucks, it's a bit more worth it this way. Let's go full bone splinters for a bit. Because I no longer need hemorrhage anymore. So technically, I can up my damage even further. Yay! Because now that I have Scent of Death, the hemorrhage is not needed anymore. Oh, this does feel better, doesn't it? La 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 la, everything must die. La 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 la. La 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 la. Level 90 creatures are nothing to me, cause I can kill them so easily. Oh, oops. Guess they all died. Oh, the only time I've ever died. I should have evaded their blast. That's okay. The fun side to enemies Avenger, when they get Avenger powered up, right? The Wrath can actually one-shot you, which is hilarious. It's literally the only time you'll ever die. Okay, Exploit Glyph is almost ready, guys. That would have been the only time that I would say my what you call it, the fortify from hemorrhage would have been useful. But I'm gonna keep trying with the bone splinters for a little while, see how that feels, you know. I think it should be okay. Like I said, depends on how fast you're one-shotting him. If you kill the butcher fast enough, then he should not lifesteal off you. Oh, that's right. Butcher. Huh. I'll have to test bone splinters against the butcher if one shows up. Yes, yes. That could be, yeah. Because maybe that would be where hemorrhage shows its value. Ah, spilled water on myself. Silly me. Oh well. At least it's just water. Wow. But yes, yes, that is something to think about. That had a really good aspect, but I really wanted the transmog. Excuse me. This I'm going to extract.
Well struck.
That's kind of the point, though. What I'm saying is that if your damage outweighs his lifesteal, and of course your damage reduction outweighs that, he's not going to do very much, is he? So, the only time I saw his lifesteal, like thoroughly saw his lifesteal, was during that time when I was on my druid. His lifesteal overcame my damage because my damage was too low back then. So, that was the only time. But yeah, I do want to meet a butcher to test out bone splinters. Because it's all well and good that I'm doing all this kind of stupid shenanigans, but surely, this may fail at some point, and that is what I want to see. I only have a tier 34 with me for now, so one level lower, but hopefully I'll get an even higher one soon. 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 Very soon. Sorry, just quickly replying to a comment. I tend to go fast, yeah? Alright, let's go kick some booty patooty.
Smells good. Don't stir too much though.
Smells good. Don't stir too much though. Okay, Bumashkov. Let's play a game.
So cold.
Hey there. Saw that group of suppressors.
Bless you.
Yeah. That's the only time he's ever killed me, realistically speaking. When he was in a pack of elites and I couldn't kite him away fast enough. But you know, I do have 52% movement speed. Maybe with this Necro I'll succeed. I'll bring him to an empty area where it's just me and him. And we'll do.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Bless you.
Oh no, Golly's dead. Ah, damn it. Thought I could at least get him to heal. No. Come here. Come here, suppressors. What's the matter? Listen, suppressors. I played Gunbound when I was a teenager, okay? You cannot beat my angling shots. I know, Thunderdome, Death Pulse, I basically like ignore those. Like I will immediately remove Death Pulse. If I see Death Pulse, I'm like, nope, go away. I outright refuse to play any Death Pulse dungeon, not worth it. But anything else, of course, of course. Hello, suppressors. I used to fear suppressors on this, but now I don't care. As long as I can do this, they won't guaranteed to die. Easy. Easy. They have no power here. They are weak. Pathetic. They will burn in my eternal flames. I swear, sometimes, you know, being a streamer is just legally being a Chunibyo. And let me say thank you to everybody who keeps the sound on and listens to my utter nonsense whenever I'm streaming. Thank you. Thank you for helping me to pay rent off literally talking shit every day. Not about other people, of course, but just talking shit in general. Thank you.
I never thought I'd be throwing my lot in with this rabble, but
Let's go. Oh, I forgot I've got 4 evasion charges. That's a game changer. By the way, you know what? I feel that they should give this to every class. Evasion should make you unstoppable. I don't care what anyone thinks of that. Evasion should just give you a quick unstoppable. Because it's ridiculous that it doesn't. It's not like we truly get iframes in this game, so I'd rather evasion give us an unstoppable. Yeah, Death Pulse is just like, as soon as I see Death Pulse removed. Death Pulse and Resource Burn for my Necro. Oh, shit. Got hit from behind. I don't mind this one, the Backstabbers, but I need to be very careful about where I charge in. That's the only downside. Because Backstabbers can murk you real fast. Aha. Gotcha. Suppressors and backstabbers I can handle, but sometimes I get too eager and I just charge in and die. Backstab is okay. You just have to face the front. That's all. Backstab was never like a bad thing. It's just that if you charge in, then you die. My Bob can play backstabbers anytime because of his insane damage reduction with challenging shout. But yeah, as long as they don't hit you from behind, you're okay. Go. Come. Good. Hello, guys. Just needed to pull them into my circle.
We came here to purge this evil, but now
See you later, Mike. I won't be streaming tonight because it's Sunday, so I usually spend time with my girl, but I will be streaming again tomorrow. So I'll see you then, my friend. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you, man. And thank you to everyone keeping the sound on. Greatly appreciated. But that's only if they hit you in the back though, yeah? So if the projectiles don't hit you in the back, then it's fine. Or at least that's the way I saw it. So apologies if I got it wrong. Okay, we're off to the council. Now this boss fight might actually be annoying because Council of Thieves, they do tend to be... Oh. I guess they still couldn't backstab me fast enough. What a shame for them. Actually, I shouldn't be so hasty, should I? Let's not be too hasty. Ah, yes, exploit now maxed. Well, radius maxed. Which means I can finally grab a couple of extra points here. Which I want. 2 extra points, extra vulnerable damage. Ooh. How can I resist? Stretch out a little bit. Now. This thing is good, but it lacks vulnerable damage. No. Cannot. As much as I would have liked to.
Enjoy the swamp.
Alright, let's see. We got 34 blind burrows. Let's go. No need to think. In we go. We go, we kill. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Fermit. Welcome. We welcome you all to this place of peace. Well, mostly peace. Mostly peaceful. Sort of, I guess. But welcome regardless. Thank you to everybody keeping the sound on. Hope you enjoy my insane bone spear skills. At least before the Helltide, because I'm still praying for freaking Deathless Visage to drop. Alright, let's go. Hello, Insanity Reefer. I have been doing very good. Apologies, I don't remember you, but you know, we welcome everybody regardless. But yes, I've been doing very good. Excuse me. I see. Okay. Well, no worries, but I ask kindly that you never speak about that game. The reason is because their developers support racism toward the Asian people, and because of that, that's why I stopped streaming, doing any content about that game. It's been months now. But yes, due to that, we don't even allow mention of that game on this channel. Just because I've got a lot of sponsors nowadays, I don't want them associated with that. So I hope you can understand, but okay. Welcome, welcome. Good to see people who know me from the older times. Oh my god, I've gotten these greaves 16 billion times. Never gotten penitent greaves, but I keep getting the empty grave greaves. Ooh, what is this? Instant kills. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I never did, because now that I know they are racist towards the Asian people, it opened my eyes to much better possibilities. So I'm very happy now with what I do. I've got a lot of good sponsors that I work with, and you know, I enjoy them. And yeah, other than that, I'm just having a blast on Diablo 4, where my viewership alone is literally paying rent. So come by anytime. If you're interested in this game, this is the place for it. I finished all the renown a long time ago, dude. My first character already did that. Space Punks. But Space Punks was a different story. Space Punks was by the way, I was referring to the other game, not Space Punks. Space Punks was a great game, and I love the developers for Space Punks, but I think that they just couldn't compete in time with several other games, so the game has sort of fallen by the wayside, unfortunately, right now. I think that, I don't know if it's still even around. There are a couple of people who did ask me questions about it, but I don't foresee a lot of people playing it, and that's unfortunate, because they tried. I really liked the developers for that game. I feel that they really did their best. You know, they tried very hard, but they had a very bad launch with many crashes, errors, problems, memory leaks. By the time it got fixed, their player base was like in shambles, so it was kind of a dark tide situation, but they didn't have an already successful name behind them like Vermintide 2 or whatever. So as far as I know, they sort of fell by the wayside. Which again, sad, but that's how it goes. I see. Well, just make sure you follow my builds and you're all good, my friend. If there's one thing I always do well, it's builds. But yeah, Space Punks was a jam. It was a very nice game. I enjoyed it. Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I've done a video on what you should do before Season 1 starts. So you might want to refer to that. It'll tell you exactly what to prioritize and focus on, especially if you're just starting out the game, stuff like that. It might be better to finish certain things before Season 1, then when Season 1 drops, you can start on the same foot as everyone else. Yeah. So if you haven't, just make sure you also check out my video on Season 1. You don't have to, but all of this is available as resources for you guys if you want. If you want the help and you want the information, it's all there. Yep, now is this time for testing and having fun. For those that finished everything they need to do, now it's just for testing and having fun mostly. Learning, understanding. Then season 1 drops and we all go hardcore. Well, everybody should trust my builds because if you didn't, I'd be sad. Yes, Hankit. Being a disgrace to gamers as usual. Imagine focusing on Booba. Gross. Gross. Meta's only a word after all. Efficiency and reliability is the name of the game. Sork is not hard to play. Sork is easy to play. It's just boring because you need 4 defensive skills. If you don't have all 4 defensive skills, then GG. Thank you for subscribing, Ramon Vas and dear customer. And that's why you need to follow the builds, because basically 4 defensive skills are the only way to even make it work. Sad but true. Yep, it is. Absolutely no doubt on that. Of course. You should check out mine first next time, Jordan. But yeah, go do whatever you want. It's always fun. Builds are the spice and variety of this. But the next time you forget to check out mine first, okay? I'll ask Hankit to slap your ass. You don't check out Robot first, death will befall you. The darkness will rise and claim your soul. Robot is always first. Remember that. Remember that, all you heathens. No, not really. I still have that annoying cough. So, that's why I'm still not doing anything special today, Mari. Yeah, everybody's seen that video, but that's the highest possible under ideal circumstances with ideal gear, everything, blah 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 blah. I always ask people, are you so sure? Are you 110% sure that you are going to have exactly all that stuff? You should set the bell button to say all notifications, then you'll get everything, including my videos. I've always said this openly to everybody. Yes, of course there are certain characters in every game that can reach peaks. You know which I'm referring to, because in that particular game that we no longer allow mention of, in that game there were people who would be one-shotting the escalation bosses. It's always possible in the game to do the highest possible damage, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that character is the best for you. Otherwise, there'd be no point in playing the Bone Spear Necro, and there'd be no point in people thinking that the Bone Spear Necro is the most overpowered. You see? Seeing that is cool, but just remember that that is not always feasible. And that's why I don't like builds that show, oh my god, I hit this, and yes, how much were you sponsored by your friends, fans, giving you rare gear with ideal rolls? Did you farm it entirely on your own? And how many hours did it take you to craft that? If it's not feasible for my audience, don't even speak to me about it. You know, that's my style. That's why I'm like, yes, it's great to get excited about this, but I only deal with one thing, and people who know me for a long time know it. Real results. If I can do this in the quickest, fastest way possible, then this is the best. Because there's nothing better than to be able to do it fast and easy. If you cannot do it fast and easy, what's the point? You literally have to spend hours and hours and hours, and not a lot of people have that time. So that has always been, I guess you could say, the core difference between myself and everybody else. I focus on achievability. If it's something that I can give to people that they can achieve with a reasonable time frame, then by all means, you know, go. But if they cannot, then I will judge them. If it's something that requires something so specific that once again it cannot be, you know, achieved within a reasonable time frame, judged. Insta-judged. Okay. Death Pulse is a no-no. Pretty much, Coco. I'll be doing my best to improve on my past mistakes, that's for sure. Lord knows I've made enough of them. Oh. Just go to gameplay, advanced tooltip, compare advanced tooltip information. Turn both of these on and you're good to go. Yep, there it is. Pretty much what Chef T and Hankit have said. They are correct. No problem. Help shall always be given on the Robots channel. And possibly at Hogwarts, but mostly on the Robots channel. Okay? To those who ask for it. Yeah. They like to hide the statistics. It's all hidden. So that we don't know what we're doing. They enjoy our suffering. They want us to taste the pain. Also, holy hell, this bone splinters thing is working really well. I'm going to try something dumb, guys. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But let's try dumb things together, shall we? I want to see what will happen if I do this. What will really happen? Let's test, shall we? Let's see if I'll be any weaker. I don't mind the gold price. The gold is very easy to farm once you're on World Tier 4. I have 24 million gold already. It's easy to farm gold. And respecking, a full respec costs only what, 9 million, I think? Yeah. So somebody determined the gold cost already. It's about 9 million. So I'm just going to say it straight. There's no need to worry about the gold cost, but I would like a loadout tab. I don't mind paying the respec cost, but I want a loadout tab so that I can do it easily. Then yes, I would absolutely be down for that. Without doubt or question. Tier 37. Let's go push to the highest possible. Let's go push to the highest possible. So guys, will I die in a tier 37 or will I come out successful? Shall we test? I never run out of... Well, if I do run out of inventory space, you can just town portal anytime. It's like literally 20 seconds. Sell all your shit and then come back out. So like... Not really too much of a problem, in my opinion. I find the bag space okay. I would just rather have the loadout tabs so that I can armor up instantly as needed. Ah, Zeno's logged in. I see Mr. Zermunos. Blacksmith inside a dungeon, lol. Necro with Bone Spear is utterly insane, so yes. Necro has always been my favorite, but I screwed up the first character I made in this game was Necro, but I screwed up. Because I understood nothing about this game back then. Now that I know how to really play, of course. And I was always planning on being a Necro for Season 1. You know, I just didn't think that this would be popular for people to watch, but people really wanted it, so I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I decided to work on the build early. I mean, I'm still gonna have to do it again in Season 1. There's no reason, like, not to do it now, you know? Because what the public wants, they get. Like I said, they should have learned a lot from Diablo Immortal. I wouldn't mind if we had, like, a armory, more stash tabs, so we can store our armor. I think that that's acceptable. So yeah, I would love to see all that kind of good stuff in this game. These creatures are only 19 levels above me. If only I could find a tier 39 or something. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, pretty much. I want to run Druid too, but I want to find a way to play without uniques. That's my big goal for Season 1. I want to create a safe way for people to level up. Then, when they're ready, you know, they can reset their stuff as needed. And then switch into, like, Stormwolf or something like that. That is my main goal. Coco Nutter didn't know that. Noob. Imagine not perfectly knowing every single bit of Diablo lore. You should now be branded a Diablo noob. But yes, Rathma was the first Necromancer. Just like Bulkathos was the first Barbarian. They're all children of Lilith and Inarius. I wish we get to see more of their children. In fact, I didn't even know Rathma was alive. So if Rathma was still alive, maybe Bulkathos is too. I would like to see all that. Yes, we are all Nephilim after all. So you're right. Mommy Lilith is quite literally your mummy. In this game, I mean. And we kinda murked Mommy, so, You know, I still think we should have just joined Mommy Lilith. Because maybe I don't want to be the good guy for once. Maybe I want to be the bad guy, you know? Should have followed Lilith. That's my take anyway. Oh, her fan club is an abomination. We should exterminate them too. No, I follow her ideals. But I don't want to become Elias. No, thank you. Lol. Tell your company to pay me directly for advertising. I'll advertise your company. But thank you to those of you watching the ads, okay? That's how I make my rent money. Thank you very much. Thank you for keeping the sound on and keeping the viewership on. Alright, it means a lot. Thanks to you guys, I'll be able to pay rent this month.
But now, I can't leave my
Yes, direct advertising deals are awesome.
like this. We can't do it alone.
Alright, guys. Oh, lol. The Injured Adventurers is the worst event in history. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how death for demons works. Because Mephisto is a prime evil, he's a bit different. So Lilith could be permadead. I mean, we know Inarius is permadead. Either that or Inarius was corrupted and will reform as demon. That could be interesting. I want a major plot twist, like Lilith reforms as an angel instead of a demon, and then she explains that, you know, it was because she genuinely cared for humans and that you guys and that we all messed up. Like that, I think would be the ultimate vindication. If Inarius became a demon and joined the forces of hell, and Lilith became an angel and joined the forces of heaven, like that'd be funny as frick. And then, like, even after becoming an angel, right? She should still betray heaven to try and save humanity again. And if she does that, then that'll be the best, like, you know, addition. So Diablo 5, guys, Diablo 5. No, Lilith fought Inarius in hell, but she ripped out his wings. So I don't know if he's dead or... because I don't know how it works specifically, but if he's not dead, then he no longer has his wings of light, which means that he would probably end up as a fallen angel or a demon or something. So we'll have to see. Like, that's why I think it'd be a very, very cool plot twist if Lilith ended up as an angel. Or one of the archangels, just like how Tyrael became a human. If Inarius became a demon, he would probably become Aspect of Obsession or something like that. Then all he would be obsessed about is hunting down Mummy Lilith. Because he, you know, he went through a bad divorce, clearly. Remember, guys, divorce can get pretty messy. Oh, I amuse myself.
I'll take it.
There's a hell tide on. Time to go. He probably will. Like, he would definitely, like, in my opinion, try and get revenge on the heavens. That makes absolute sense to me. I am more than certain that he would. Just gonna drink up some potions just so that I don't waste inventory space. Okay, I'm gonna go to the washroom and then we'll do the Helltide. This Helltide's good. Okay, BRB. Alright. Thanks for all the heart emojis. Paul, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome. Where is the... Ah, there. My apologies for my throat as well. I'm going to go quiet mode while I hunt this down. The Helltide duration is bugged. What's going on? Do you see that clock? The Helltide clock is bugged. It should not be just... strange. Well, doesn't matter, I suppose. Whether it is bugged or not. Oh, Elf God, listen. All you need to do is just join the clan. I don't mind taking people along, but they have to be around my level usually. And I have to be not testing stuff. So, as the streamer myself, I rarely do play with the community. But, that's just because of the specific way I do things. However, you can join my clan and we have a lot of members. So, feel free to play with anyone else in the community anytime. You just have to apply to the Robot Nation clan and you'll be instantly accepted. We welcome everybody, no requirements. Come in and have fun. Well, I mean, I guess the only real requirement is come and attend the stream if you can. I'd be very grateful since I'd be able to make rent that way. And obviously being able to feed my family means more content for you guys. But yeah, that's about it. Just join the clan and you're good to go.
Is someone there?
Do you require aid?
Please, I need your help.
Well, yes, and don't be a dick, but I'm pretty sure most people aren't dicks. Robot Nation, RBNT's our tag. Anytime, come. Honest answer to that, Carson, is that I just googled it. I just googled and I clicked on the first link that appeared. I didn't use a specific website. So I just said I would search Altars of Lilith Fractured Peaks. And then I used the first site that comes up. Then I searched Altars of Lilith Hoaglund. And I used the first site that came up. So sorry that I don't have a better answer, but that's just how I did it. Because I'm pretty good at navigation. So I didn't use one specific site, I just used whatever came up. Because I did it as soon as the game dropped.
Left me alone.
Oh, well, there you go. Those people have an answer for you. Map Genie or whatever. I've never used that myself, but yeah. I literally just navigated with whatever they had my way. Fair enough. I usually just Google and go from there. Interesting difference in playstyle. I'm just like, Google, tell me. Then Google will tell me. And I'm like, okay. Look, ladies and gents, the Ice Shard sorcerers have to try so hard. One shot, and the portal's down. But every other character has to try. This is why you only bother playing Bone Necro. Do you want to put in effort, or do you want to win? I like to win. That's why buff soak, buff soak, buff soak. I have a one-screen setup, so that's why I'm very good at navigation. I just mark it on my map and there I go. Justice for sorcerers? No. I don't just want justice. I want them to make the sorceress the most powerful character in the game, so that everybody will only play sorceress during that season. They should nerf every other character and only make sorceress fun. This is the true way of life. And of course they must sell all the most skimpy skins for the sorcerer as well. Otherwise that marketing strategy wouldn't work, eh? But in Diablo 2 it had a mana cost. So, you know, they can't really do that here. Because mana is a fast regenerating resource. But I suppose it could be interesting if they could turn it into a mana based thing instead of a cooldown. And then we'll permanently have 3 seconds damage reduction, just spend mana. And, you know, actually that would solve a lot of problems. I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind it at all. Sorcerer should be like so unhittable in PvP. Just teleport around the map. Like, oh, you want to hit me? Nah. Right? Be like having an enigma.
Do you require aid?
My child, all alone in this darkness. Please, help me find my baby. Look what the Ice Shard Sorcerer has to do just to mimic a fraction of my power. Yeah, I know. The Helltide it's very amusing when the Helltides are bugged. That's why I'm going to try and get the mystery chest, and I'm hoping I get a Shaco out of it.
Yeah. Shall we go try? Ah, yes. My crit damage is now through the roof. No Shaco. Sad. But yeah, chest reset is in 18 minutes. The Helltide ends in about 33. So you should still have time. But Blizzard normally does mess things up, David. It is standard Blizzard, I would say. So there is that. Well, I'm sure they will. And I look forward to them doing so. I respect that. And I hope they will. It would be very nice if they did. I enjoy things like that. Always good to find out weird things about the game. And after they conclude that, I will denounce them, despise them, and reduce their family to blood and ash. As they deserve, of course. Yes.
I'll shake on that.
That is why they must be... They must have their life force adjusted. From 1000 to 0.
You can't be serious, Tamaris. Morgan's folly is lost in ruins. Going back is...
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, I mean, Blizzard's just... We know it's buggy as hell, so it's just like, oh yes, another bug. Okay, all good, you know? Carry on. No sense thinking about it too much, yeah? 'Tis Blizzard, after all. The chest is to the right-hand side of... Oh, it's above the... This thing. There we go. So I think the horse is slower than my movement speed now, because I run like Usain Bolt. Yeah, the horse is slower. Okay. I've got 52% movement speed. I wonder how much movement speed the horse gives you. I want to know how much faster I am. Only the spur is actually useful. So that means I've got to hop on and hop off. Wax on, wax off style. Aye. Thank you. Are you trying to get sciencey with me? I will destroy your soul. No. What do you mean it's all we do here? No. No, the pursuit of science and knowledge is illegal. According to the Book of the Dead of Asian Robot, science and knowledge is bad for you. No, there are a lot of hackers. What do you mean Diablo's the only game they don't hack? No, people hack Diablo all the time. There are hackers 24/7 in any game like this. Blizzard is good at catching them usually, but also, you know, most people won't really associate with hackers. But hacks exist. I've seen them already. There are many boosting and hacking websites that are available. Some have even asked me to advertise for their software. And of course I said, why the hell would I do that? That's illegal. You bloody bastards. So no thank you, you know. But yeah, never say that there's a game that they can't hack. Whoa. Never seen one? You're not looking in the right place, mate. Also, don't. If you never see one, good. It's best that you think of it in that happy way. Now look at this Ice Shard Sorcerer, so weak. Let me start shooting my Bone Spears out. Ah yes, do you see the hit points dropping like hell? That is the difference, ladies and gents. The difference of quality versus, of course, sheer weakness. There we are. Look at what these ice shards have to do to mimic just that fraction of my power. I said it before, a mere fraction of my power. Dude, I could show you guys the emails. I'm just not doing that because I don't want to get into drama with any of these websites. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you. All right, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I do have emails to prove this shit. And they're always emailing me, say, can we buy ad space on your channel? Can we buy ad space on your channel? Can we buy ad space on your channel? I tell you, they want to add space on my channel. $60 million. Then I'll consider it. Then I will take the deal, never advertise on this channel, because it'll get banned, right? And I'll start a new YouTube channel straight away. Oh, like I said, I could prove it if I wanted to. I'm just refusing to do so. But I could. Then retire somewhere? Yeah. Go to Ireland. Live out my life there. Maybe get a little bit of surgery to change my face. Come back under a different face and name. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hey! Now that's what I'm talking about. I need offhands. Where focuses? Oh shit, no, I need Deathless Visage. Let's try.
It seems your prayers have been answered.
Anything good? No. I'll put one of those away, the rest I don't care about. Right. Yep. I am quite certain several of the famous content creators, although I'm not going to name names or stuff like that, but I'm sure they use hacks as well. They just, because as it is in esports, even on stream, people are using undetectable hacks for Overwatch. They just get caught if they do very stupid things. But I'm very certain that several people, and I'm not going to name names again, but I'm quite certain I have seen them, to an extent, use secret tools and hacks. Mostly again because I know what people have from those websites that ask for advertising. So yeah. They do get lawsuits sometimes. I think one of the game companies got absolutely sued and destroyed by Apex or Destiny, one of the two. But I can't for the life of me remember which. So I don't keep up with that kind of shitty news. Oh, it was a COD company, I think. Wait, Call of Duty, it might have been, yeah. But yeah, these cheat and hack providers usually do get sued eventually at some point. If they can be pinned down in court. Sometimes it's hard to pin down the provider, you know. That could just be luck. Like, that could just be luck. But, I mean, you could also be right. Like, for me, I just don't watch other content creators at all, David. Because I'm not interested in that. It saves me the drama. Here, I do everything legit, and I only worry about my community. That's why I don't talk about other creators, don't speak to other creators, don't do collabs with other creators. No need. If I'm going to do anything with anyone, it's going to be with me and my community. It may make me grow slower, but it keeps me legit and keeps me drama free. No drama here, none of that. I just want to stay... Oh, I got accused of cheating in Overwatch as well. Just because my soldier's aim was really good, but I didn't really care anyway. They can report me, I never use those tools. I just use pure Asian skill. my Chinese born skill. Yeah. No, like I said, I absolutely understand you. I'm just letting you know why I don't, usually comment on that kind of stuff. Because, I myself know a few names. I'm just not going to say any of them because at the end of the day, it's not worth it, Because for me, as a smaller creator, I guess I just don't want to get tied up in that. So don't worry, I'm not worried or anything, David. And I completely understand where you're coming from. Like I said, that's why I only worry about me and my community. Because, dealing with other people is a whole mess. I can't be sure of the content of their character. And me personally, like, this might be a bit of a strange view, I guess. And many people, I guess, would take it, a bit negatively. But what I would say is that, for me, when I'm in charge of my community, I'm the leader, I'm responsible. Therefore, I can be sure of every single one of my people, because they're people that follow me. But when it comes to another creator, they are like somebody who would view themselves as on the same level. They're like also a boss, in a sense, because they're an entrepreneur or whatever. They wouldn't like sort of like defer to my control. And when I can't have that control, then I say I don't want to work with you. I've got no interest. Unless it's a paid contractual job, then I'm fine. But in that case, it depends on the stipulations of the contract. That's why the only time I would ever work with another content creator is if I was paid significantly for the work and the scope was laid out very clearly in the contract. Because I don't want any additional responsibilities. This is what we do? Okay, fine. Pay me for the work? I'm done. But when it comes to just like working with people in general without a contract, they fall in line with me. Or we just don't work together. Easy enough, We can stay separate. Yep. I like to stay safe, my friend. I'm too old for drama. I got no time to fight. I got no time for the Twitter warfare and all that, I'm too busy taking care of my family and just trying to pay rent and all that. So I like to stay free and easy and just relax. Don't have to worry too much. Makes it a much more pleasant life for me. Okay, we've gotten 2 mystery chests. I'm good with that. No uniques, of course, so I will now be sad and miserable internally. Now, it's already close to 3 PM. I really don't want to go, but I have to. I have to go eat lunch, rest my throat, do my chores, all that. Then tomorrow, we'll be back to the normal schedule. So, morning and evening. Sunday evenings, I don't stream, but before I go, or before I say anything else, can I just thank all of you? I really want to thank and give a genuine thank you to everybody who hung out here today, who spent time here. It really does mean a lot because basically the viewership is how I pay rent. So thank you for keeping the sound on. Thank you for watching my stream. Thank you for supporting me every day. It's really nice to see people giving my content a chance. Like I've always said, probably because I do everything so legit and because I have so many strict rules about how I do things, I'm always slower than other creators. I don't really get to the end game as fast, and I'm really busy learning a lot of things along the way. But I thank the people who value that and who see, what I'm trying to do and achieve. So thank you for supporting that. All right, I'm going to head off now. You guys have been a wonderful audience. I hope my throat will be better tomorrow. Yeah, because I miss performing the sea shanties and all that. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful. See you tomorrow. Unless by some magical decision my wife says let's stream tonight, but I don't think she will, because we're going to go watch Happy Harry Potter. No problem, David. Thank you for spending time with me. And Hankit, of course, and Coco Nutter. Thank you all. Thank you to all the other lurkers as well. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate all of you. Okay. My deepest thanks. Bye-bye.